was trying to hide away, ashamed of the light of day. Made a choice, thinking I'd be free, but that choice, it imprisoned me in my shame. Till I stepped into the light of God's love, the healing began. I'm free from the shame, I'm healed of the pain. I will be silent no more. I'm free from the lies, love opened my eyes. I will be silent no more. Love broke through to the heart of me. Now the truth has come and set me free from the past. When I stepped into the light of God's love, forgiven at last, I'm free from the shame, I'm healed of the pain. I will be silent no more. I'm free from the lies, love opens my eyes. I will be silent no more. There is power in my story, freedom from this night. There is healing and forgiveness if we step into the light. I'm free from the shame, I'm healed of the pain. I will be silent no more. I'm free from the lies, love opens my eyes. I will be silent no more. I'm free from the shame, I'm healed of the pain. I will be silent no more. I'm free from the lies, love opens my eyes. I will be silent no
Well, hello, this is Janet Morana, the Executive Director of Priest for Life, and I apologize for a little bit of a delay here. We are having a little bit of difficulty getting my guest on, so while we're waiting, because they're having some tech problems with her, they're trying to work through it, so we'll see Brandy Swindell, my great guest, in a few minutes, hopefully. But in the meanwhile, I thought I would just highlight some of the products we have at our online store for you to just tell you some of the great ideas we have, especially, I know Easter is almost here, so that's kind of too late. But later in April, we have Earth Day. Now, it's okay to want to, help the earth and the environment and all that. But if we can't protect the little babies in the womb, then, what are we protecting the earth for? So here at Priest for Life, of course, we have Brian Kemper, and he heads up our youth division. And he developed this really cute t-shirt. By the way, this is the little size tag here. It says medium. Don't think that's something wrong with the shirt. Anyway, you see the little unborn child there, kind of as part of one of the branches? And it says, pretend I am a tree and save me. So a picture on Earth Day. Wouldn't it be cool if a whole bunch of us walked around with this shirt, giving a message to help save the unborn on Earth Day? So you can go to our online store, prolifeproducts.org, if you'd like to get this t-shirt. And it's available in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and even double X. And I'm going to be wearing one myself, definitely on Earth Day and periodically throughout the year. Because after all, a lot of people, as you know, are very, very concerned about the environment, which we should be, rightfully so. But at the same time, we should be doing something to save the unborn children. Well, Anthony DeStefano, one of our executive, has written several children's books. And one of my favorites is this one here, The Sheep No One Could Find. And it's a very adorable book. It talks about the different parables, how the shepherd goes off to find that little lost sheep and where could he be. And the illustrations, are just beautiful. Look at that baby sheep there. There he is, nestled up in the tree. He's taking a nap. Meanwhile, the shepherd is looking for this guy. Where is this sheep? And he's lost. And here he's getting sad at night because he still can't find his shepherd. It's a very, very adorable book for children. And you can also get this at our online store, prolifeproducts.org. And I do see an evidence that we have my wonderful guest, Brandy Swindell. And of course, she is the president of Stanton Healthcare. They do marvelous work. And in fact, her pregnancy centers go toe-to-toe with Planned Parenthood. In fact, I was at her newest clinic. It's out in Idaho, and they're like across the parking lot from Planned Parenthood. And she has another one in Idaho where they're right next door. And so she's doing marvelous work. But today, when I bring her on here, we're going to talk about the purple sash revolution, a new idea Brandy's had now for a little while, and we want to get you involved too. So welcome now to the program, my dear friend, Brandy Swindell. Brandy, welcome. Finally.
Hi, Janet. Oh my gosh, so good to see you, my dear friend and fellow sister in Christ and pro-life warrior. And I am so grateful. Yay, you have your sash. Look, I'm wearing my
Yes,
sash.
I do. I'm going to put my sash on right now. Here we
Janet,
go.
You're one of the very first people that I gave a sash to when we were first exploring this campaign. And you were a great encouragement to me because you immediately loved the idea. You immediately understood that these sashes were a physical representation or manifestation of what we believe on the inside, right? Our pro-life beliefs. And so I know we'll go into some of the details about the sashes, but I love that we're at this point where we've launched the campaign. We have thousands of sashes that we want to get into the hands of people for them to wear around the country. And so it's just an exciting moment to be on your show to talk about this.
Oh,
so
that's
thank
great.
you.
So now tell everybody, how did you develop this whole concept of
Sure.
what is the purple sash revolution?
Yes, what is the purple sash revolution? So of course I want to encourage people to go to our website, purplesashrevolution.com. Again, that's purplesashrevolution.com, and they can get lots of information. But really the concept is following in the footsteps of the suffragists who fought so diligently for equality and women's right to vote and all those important things. It was just last year was the 100-year anniversary since women secured the right to vote. And of course, we know that the majority of those women who fought for the right to vote also embraced motherhood and embraced their children. And the thought of abortion was almost inconceivable at the time. And one of the things they would do when they were working so diligently to secure the right for women to vote is they would wear sashes that said votes for women. And they would wear these sashes in our nation's capital. They'd wear them in front of the White House. Through the halls of Congress. They would wear them in their communities, and it was a representation of what they were fighting for and what they believed. So it worked for them. It'll work for us in this day and age where we've made so many strides forward, right, Janet? When it comes to women and the fact that we're not considered chattel anymore, and the way that we can move and operate in the way that God created us to use our voice. And we know that doesn't mean, though, to be strong and empowered, if we want to use that word. We know that true empowerment comes from the Holy Spirit, right? And that true strength comes from embracing who we are and our femininity and embracing motherhood. And so that's where these sashes come from, is following in the footsteps of the original feminists, if we want to even say that word, because the word feminist has drifted so far that it's hard to even use that verbiage anymore as a woman of faith. But those original women, they fought for the women's right to vote. At the same time, many of them would not go on the road and tour when they had little ones at home. For example, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, our namesake, when she would oftentimes write talks and give them to Susan B. Anthony and others to read if she had little ones still at home and couldn't be on the road. And so I just think it's a beautiful example. So that's what the Sash is. We know right now we have the first female vice president who is radically pro-abortion.
Sad.
Janet, it's so sad. It's so sad. And an administration that is radically pro-abortion. And so we have a series of events planned in the coming months and during the entire this current administration, where we are going to peacefully and actively resist all the pro-abortion mandates and policies that they are going to try and force on the American people. And so I know, Janet, and you know, it's not just us. We represent millions and millions of pro-life women and pro-life Americans. And so we want everybody to get these sashes, to sign up on purplesashrevolution.com, go to our Facebook page, our Instagram, so they can hear about different events that we're doing around the nation, in our nation's capital, virtual events. And we have to fight, Janet, like never before. I mean, look at what's happening with Sarah.
So let's, Brandy, let's show them what the Sash says. It says equal rights for preborn women.
Yep, equal rights for preborn women.
Equal rights for preborn women. And then on the back, it says hashtag, right? And
hashtag end infanticide.
End infanticide.
Hashtag
that's right.
end infanticide, because that's what abortion is. And child killing in the womb at the moment of conception is wrong. And it's gotten so radical that even a child trying to survive a botched abortion, you know, there are people that are justifying and wanting to legalize that. And so it's just gotten so out of hand.
Well, and Brandy, you know, I was with you back when we were first launching this. And this is pre-COVID now, we were outside Nancy Pelosi's office there, right, on Independence Avenue. And there was a whole group of us. And we actually gave talks right on the street outside her office with all our purple sashes on. And the media were there to draw attention that she is 100% pro-abortion up till birth, just like our vice president right now, Kamala Harris, another one. These women are for abortion up till birth. Like, can you just get your mind around that? It is insane. You know, and so we have got to give pushback. It reminds me, Brandy, of when Georgette and I started the Silent No More Awareness campaign in 2003. We were saying, oh yeah, they're acting the pro-aborts like they speak for all women. And we said, no, we have to have a campaign where listen to the voices of experience. Listen to women who've had abortions. They regret them. They don't think it's empowering. And that's what the Purple Sash, I think, revolution is. It's trying to take all the pro-life women, whether you've had an abortion or not, but you're pro-life and you want to stop abortion. Well, the Purple Sash revolution is something we can all get behind and make a bigger voice for ourselves, right?
You know what, Janet, you said it. You said it beautifully and perfectly, so spot on. And it reminds me of a moment that happened a few years ago when actually President Trump was giving a State of the Union. And remember, there were all the women like AOC and
wearing the white dresses.
Yes,
the white.
Yes, exactly, wearing the all white. And there was a moment where President Trump said something just so wonderfully pro-life, and it was speaking out on infanticide. He said that in the State of the Union, and people were standing and clapping, and the whole row of women, the 2 rows of women dressed in white, the radical pro-abortion women, refused to stand and clap. And it was this visual on TV of these women that were just, oh, look at us. We're just
Brandy, they had their arms folded like this.
They had their arms folded.
Like this.
Yes.
When he was saying, we have to stop infanticide, we have to stop late-term abortion in this country, and they were like this.
Their arms were folded, and I was, Janet,
was terrible.
I literally got sick to my stomach at that moment, and I said, those women do not represent me, and they do not represent the majority of women around the world, and we need a visual, we need a sash, we need something that says, no, to our lawmakers, to our leaders, to no, we women are pro-life, and there are tens of millions of pro-life women around the nation. And that group of women, it was so disturbing to me. I said, we've got to figure out a way to have that representation. And so that's what purple sashes are.
And I know, during the inauguration, you had the Purple Sash ladies out there in a silent, prayerful witness saying, right, this administration's not what we want. We don't want them, but we were there to show our voices. That's and what kind of events, as we're going forward into the spring now, as COVID restrictions are beginning to lift, what's the next thing you're trying to plan?
So we really are going to focus a lot on dealing with the Secretary of Health, Becerra, who was just confirmed last week. I know, Janet, you've been talking a lot about this with your listeners and viewers and different guests, that it's a real problem that we have such a radical pro-abort in that position. And so we are going to be putting together several events to specifically resist any mandate that HHS may hand down that would put restrictions on the work of life-affirming pregnancy centers and women's medical clinics like Stanton. We have to be very motivated, very organized, and very activated. With our position, Stanton's position is, we will not comply with any mandate that comes out of HHS or from Becerra that would require that pregnancy centers in any way promote or refer for abortions. And that is there is a reality that there could be a mandate trying to force pregnancy centers to do that. And so,
Brandy, of course there's a mandate, because we all know the track record of Becerra. His name is on a Supreme Court decision, because as Attorney General of California, he tried to force the pregnancy centers in California to refer to the abortion clinics. And thank God for our dear friend Tom Glessner and NIFLA. The case is called NIFLA versus Becerra, and they won. They upheld NIFLA's right not to refer, but now we've got the fox guarding the hen house.
That's right.
He was appointed the head of HHS. So everyone can remember that what Obama did to all us God-fearing people under the original HHS mandate, he was saying that every Catholic Christian organization in your healthcare, we had to provide abortion and contraception in our healthcare. And of course, everyone focuses on the little sisters, but there was a whole bunch of us people that went to the Supreme Court besides them. So then Trump came in, he took that away, and he said, you don't have to worry, I'm going to eradicate that HHS mandate. But now the problem is, brothers and sisters, Becerra's back in charge, and Biden and Kamala Harris, they are rabid pro-aborts. And they are going to try to do everything in their power. So what you're saying, Brandy, this is great. And you know what? Even if you can't get to DC, you can order a purple sash. And whatever event you're showing up at, you're giving the message, equal rights for the preborn women. That's a beautiful message. It gets people to think. And I love, when we talk about a woman being pregnant, I like people saying she's a mom. Use the word mother, because that's a mother walking into the abortion clinic to kill her baby. Call them moms, because they are from the moment of conception. That's right. So if we start moving our language more down that road, I think, Brandy, we can get it more hearts and minds changed. I truly believe that.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's so powerful. And we're going to have a series of events. And we also are looking for people in their local communities and in their states or in their regions to head up a Purple Sash Club or a Purple Sash Collective, if you will. We have these Purple Sash kits ready to go. Our volunteers have been working very hard. You get stickers, drop cards, and a sash. $5 for a sash kit. We're not making any money on them. They're not a fundraiser, because we just want to get these out to people. So people could order 25 sash kits if they wanted to, and they could do an event in their community. And we have directions on our website. We have virtual consulting on things that you can creatively do at your state legislature. You can do in your own communities. You could put together an event at your church. I mean, there's just, the sky's the limit on what you can do with these sashes. We have lots of ideas. We have guidance on how you can put together events. We're looking for basically 50 captains to represent every state, so that we can have Purple Sash clubs in every state, and then additional ones in different communities. So we want to do stuff locally and nationally,
That's
locally
great.
and nationally, because with what's going on with this current administration, it's really important that people are motivated on a local level, that we can still get a lot of stuff done through our state legislators and build a wall of protection around women and children through the local legislative process. And so
Well,
again, and you can wear these at the March for Life, you can the Walk for Life, life chains.
40 days for life.
40 days for life. Yes, so many different things. And they're
Mhm.
designed, and they're really, Janet, they're really fun. I one time just wore one walking last summer just to trial it out at a 4th of July event. And I got so many comments from people, you know, we're all masked up, but outside for the 4th of July event, so many comments from people wondering what the sash was. And it was a moment. They're like, what's that sash for? And you get to explain, well, here's what I believe. Here's what it's about. And so it's a great conversation starter as well.
Well, you know what, too, Brandy, right now, it's very important, I think, too, for our people to visit both your state legislators, but
Yes.
also your federal legislators. But don't worry about going to Washington. You know, we're not asking you to do that, but home
Right.
in their district office. That's where it counts. They have a full-time staff there like they do in DC. And
Mhm.
every visit, every phone call, every email is logged in. And what issue did you come here for? Well,
That's
right
right.
now, you know, things in the Senate, as you know, are very dicey. We have this terrible, I call it the Unequality Act, because that's what it is, the Equality Act,
Yes.
which should have most people shocked. I mean, if you want to protect your daughters and granddaughters in bathrooms from having transgender people come into the bathroom, that's what this Equality Act is about. And also women's sports. You will never, ever, ever have your daughters or granddaughters competing fairly in track, race. I mean, you just go right down the sports. No, because now transgender men can now participate. If this law goes into effect, the sky's the limit. Everything is off the table, and it will basically eradicate just about every pro-life law that's out there. That's called, they're calling it the Equality Act. Oh, it sounds all nice, warm, and wonderful. So I'm suggesting get the purple sashes, make it first you don't even have to make an appointment, but go to your local congressman's office, go to your local senator's office, and say, do not support the Equality Act. We want you to vote no on the Equality Act because it's an unequality act. That's what it is, an unequality act, certain. And then, of course, you know, Brandy, they're talking now, they're starting bubbling up to the talk again about the ERA, Equal Rights Amendment. That was all the way back in the 80s and 90s. God bless Phyllis Schlafly for helping to fight that. But it's back. It's roaring its ugly head. And again, it's another thing that sounds so wonderful. Equal Rights Amendment. Oh, how nice. But again, it takes away women's rights. There's so many rights we have as women already in the Constitution. They exist. But this ERA kind of takes it out by the language. So I think the Purple Sash Revolution is a perfect thing. You know, get a few of you ladies together, get your sashes on, and go in and talk to your representatives.
That's exactly right. It's a beautiful way to start the conversation with lawmakers, even with pastors. I mean, the list goes on, and that's what we're encouraging people to do. It's like I said, a physical representation of what millions of us believe around the nation, tens of millions of us around the nation, that women are pro-life, and we reject Planned Parenthood's brand of healthcare and their product of abortion. And so this is about hope, this is about compassion, and it's about speaking truth. And so again, we just encourage people to go to our website, purplesashrevolution.com. You can order one individual sash kit where you get stickers and drop cards and your own sash, or you can order 25 of these or 50 of these. And the other thing, just a side note, Janet, these are, like I said, that people notice them. We were in Washington, D.C. We did a Purple Sash event on the actual Roe v. Wade Memorial, January 22nd, just a couple months ago. And we caught the eye of a New York Times reporter that was on the streets covering what was going on with everything so tense in our nation. And I was quoted and featured in Purple Sash Revolution in the New York Times. And it was a very favorable little piece on us, little article on us. And so it catches people's attention, and it allows you to deliver and show and speak what you believe in a way that sort of it's catching people's attention. And so we really encourage people to be a part of it. We encourage groups to be a part of it, already existing groups. could be a part of the revolution, already existing pro-life leaders, people who have been in the movement for a while, or maybe people who are kind of new entering the pro-life movement because they're realizing, you know, if we don't engage, and you know, things can go even worse when it comes to this issue. And so it's something that everybody can participate in. Even men. We've even had men wear the sashes at some of our events. Pat Mahoney wore one.
Great.
I think Father Frank may have worn one. Yeah.
Right. Well, Brandy, I want to thank you for this coming on today and telling us about that. Again, brothers and sisters, purplesashrevolution.com. Go there today,
Yes.
get your purple sash, and join the revolution.
Yes.
I have, Father Pavone has,
Yes.
the women here at Priest for Life have, and on to victory. So, Brandy,
Yes.
thank you for joining me today, and God
Yes.
bless.
Thank you, Janet, and thank you for partnering with us and being part of the Purple Sash Revolution. God bless.
Okay, it's my pleasure. Well, brothers and sisters, thank you too for joining me on Just Ask Janet. And until next time, God bless you.